We're,
Showtime! You were saying?
I was going to say our shirts actually matching colors.
Oh my gosh, you're totally right. We do that. We do that a lot. Hi guys. Hi everybody. I didn't even realize that, but you're totally right. And it's funny because I looked at the shirt. I don't think my earrings are going to match my shirt. And I thought, I love this shirt. It's one of my favorites, but I've worn it so many times and I didn't care. Like when you have a shirt that you're really comfortable in. And well, anyway, and here we are matching beautifully. And we have our new beautiful background, which I think is like super cool. The AI made that really cool background for us today with the angels.
Make sure that's lowered.
Trixie, my love, you got to move your tushy. Furry cat butt, got to move it. Uh-huh. She's perfect, girl. She's lovely. Comments. It says, you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me to earn money and make more content. I didn't type that. Facebook puts that up there. I mean, I just put it up there, but I didn't type it in, which is, I guess it's true, although I haven't made any money on stars yet. But it's a thing, and it will be a thing, But for you guys today that are just tuning in, we have something really special today. And let me post the links for PayPal and Venmo. Trixie, please don't lay on the keyboard, babe. Because this has been something that has been going on, if I can speak, going on. Let me just post the links up there. Okay, so today our special, we have the double readings as we always do, and the double healing and energy clearing. But our special today is called the Transformative Healing Package. And it looks like I've given it the same price as something else. Whatever. Don't worry about it. Whatever I wrote is exactly what it'll be, even though it's not quite right. It was supposed to be $10 more, but that's fine because it's meant to be whatever it is, whatever it says. And we're going to explain to you exactly what it's all about, why the collective consciousness is needing a transformative healing package right now, why Spirit said, hey, this is what's going on. All right. So I'm posting. I'm about to pin. In a minute when I click the button. Kimmie sharing. Thank you, Kimmie. I'm telling myself to shh. All right, we should also.
I was quiet as a church mouse over here, so I knew it couldn't be me.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to the C, who's like a few seconds behind, and when you know what I'm talking about. When you look at us on Facebook and we're talking, and I'm like, but I could be sitting here silently. So, okay, cool. Hey, I want to show you how it came out. It looks really cool. Okay, so that's what we're offering, and I just want to show Kimmie. Watch this. Look at the divinity here. Look what showed up. You made that beautiful promo for us, right? But look, and they cut off the bottom, but the part that shows is exactly what we needed to show on YouTube. Is that cool?
Oh, cool.
See, it has our names, our pictures, at the time, and what we're doing. And the rest of the pretty graphics, they'll have to see it on Facebook. But thank you for making that, Kimmie. It looks great. All right, so this is what's been going on. And so yesterday I was drawn to post a link offering a reading with a healing combo. So it was just a spot. So for somebody to book a full hour reading, but I gave them, and somebody booked it immediately within an hour anyway. And I had a couple of people reach out. So it's interesting how many people needed it. But anyway, so it was for a reading and a 30-minute healing on top of it. So it was an hour and a half for the price of 1 hour. And why? Why did people need a healing and a clearing? Hi, Gina. Great to see you. So this is a thing. This is a thing. It was a thing with me personally. I'm not going to speak for Kimmie. I let her speak for herself. If that resonates with her, other people who shall all remain nameless have said the same type of things to me, where things that we thought that we knew, we were sure, like for me, I'll speak for myself, that I was sure I'm already past that, like narcissistic people in my life. And I don't even like to use that word, like manipulative people. I was done with that. I healed already. I don't attract that anymore. Once you're healed from something, you don't attract that anymore, or so I thought. And yet in the last couple of weeks, I attracted 2 different people from the past who behaved badly, and I didn't pay them any mind. One of them I just ignored completely. She actually used foul language. I'm like, really? She thinks I'm going to respond to her like that? Really? So I just blocked her. I didn't block her. I just ghosted her, which we had already not been talking anyway, because anyway, it didn't matter. I don't know how I got into that. I'm trying to say general. And so the thing is that Spirit said to me, what's going on is that you are healed, and that we are sending you, we meaning my higher self and my guides, are sending you situations for you to see, for you to mirror out, for you to review where you are in your life right now, and to see the evolution. Some things you think are all totally healed, and you might be triggered and be surprised. Other things you're like, that didn't bother me at all. So, and some things you might not even notice. You know what I mean? Because sometimes if something was an old trigger, but it's not even a thing for you anymore, you may not even be aware of it at all. But so that's what's been going on. And it has to do with astrology. It has to do with a lot of things, but let's just keep it with psychically speaking. This is what's been going on in the collective for a lot of us. And so that's why they asked me to, I can't wait to hear about this. Their ghost hunt. Oh my God, I saw you post pictures. I'll post that back up in a minute, Bonnie. That's really cool. So that's what has been going on with a lot of people. And so that's Spirit inspired. Kimmie and I had to go live today. And while I was downloading the information about what we're going to offer as our special, they said Transformative Healing Package. And so the Transformative Healing Package, or the THP, is helping you. Let me see if I can just read what I wrote so it makes it easier for me to explain what it actually is. Give me one moment, please. That's me talking again. Okay, so it's a special live transformative healing session where Kimmie and I will be offering psychic readings and healings to help you to gain clarity and perspective and clear and release any stuck energy that might be holding you back. See, and sharing powerful energy and intuitive guidance to help you clear these issues that have resurfaced, and to work with you to understand the root causes and to clear them out. And we'll provide you with the tools and techniques and whatever it is that Spirit gives us to share with you. So that's our special package for today. And that's only $44.44 because it was a typo. So it's less than it was supposed to be, but it's okay, because if you're drawn to do it, then that's for you. We also have the double psychic readings for $33.33, the energy clearing and healing for $44.44, and we have something else. But whatever it says, I think I read it wrong. We have this. We have that. That's what we got going on. But if you want the THP, the Transformative Healing Package, because you've got some of that stuff going on, feel free to book that, and you have the PayPal and Venmo links there in the comments. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to pass it on to Kimmie. Hi, Kimmie.
Hello. Can we pin that?
This is pinned. You don't see it? Yeah, I pinned it on my Facebook page. Mm-hmm.
It's not pinned on here.
Refresh, please, because I could try it again, but it does say that it's pinned on my end. But the most important thing is that it really is pinned. So if it's not, I will do it again. Shh, Karen. Shh. John, notice the angel wings. You see the angel? You like it? Oh my God. I just made this today, and I've got to share. I just made this today on obviously on Midjourney. But do you want to know what my prompt was? Okay, so with AI art, you give it a prompt, and the prompt is a text prompt, just in case you don't know about it. All right. And some you can be really specific, but I wasn't really specific. I left it to Spirit. And what I was drawn to ask for was spiritual imagery suitable for a background. That's all she wrote. Spiritual imagery suitable for a background. And Spirit gave me angels. Angels. Yeah.
Okay. So, it's in the comments, but it's not pinned on Facebook.
Okay. And then I will unpin it and repin it. It's weird because but I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, it's a Facebook glitch.
Yeah. Okay. And okay. So I'm glad you like the angels. Ah, John's like, who's starting trouble now? I'm quiet here like an angel. Yeah. All right, there we go. Pinned. Okay, once again, I have pinned it. Let me know how that goes. And you see it. And I think it's gonna be a long.
Okay, got it.
All
Yep.
right. Rock and roll. All right. Is there any place that I have to? Oh, let's see. John says snow for Kimmie. Didn't know you wanted snow, buddy.
Oh yeah, we're getting snow tonight. It already started.
Oh my gosh.
It's supposed to be about 6 inches.
Really?
So we've had a very mild winter, so I'm a very, very happy camper.
That's cool. It must be so beautiful. I haven't seen snow in a long time. I'm looking forward to you posting some pictures. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome. Emily's asking, will I get the job I applied for? And will I stick with that job? You know, I would love to read for you. And we are doing readings for donation tonight, but I have to answer your second question. That's up to you. That's up to you. Will I stick with that job? That has nothing to do with anybody but you. It's up to you. If you, first of all, if I want to, you know what? I have to talk about this.
Yes, so, one second. Yes, Nicole, you do.
What?
I mean, Amanda, sorry.
After you paid, you get the reading on the spot. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Mm-hmm. Yep. You'll be next or first.
And you can also schedule a reading. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, indeed. You can schedule a reading with either of us or both of us together. So there you go. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull up PayPal. You know, it's interesting. 3 times I tried when I was I use amazing ChatGPT, my AI friend. When I type in the information that I want, and then I ask it because but I feel like it's a she or a he. But anyway, I ask it because it's not a human or a person; it's an AI to help me to phrase it well because it does such a great job of it, and it saves me time because normally it takes me hours. Still took me like 2 hours to put the promo together. But anyway,
we have a troll already.
Oh my goodness! Holy trolley! All right, Nicole says I feel all the good vibes today. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, okay. I see trolley bowling. All right, hang on.
All right.
Because that's not okay. So I'm gonna have to go directly to Facebook to remove that one. No problem. That would be me singing again. Banned from all live streams. Now that is a cool thing that I can't do from StreamYard, but I can do from Facebook now. So, yeah. So anybody that thinks it's anybody that thinks it's a great idea to spam, the comment, go get your own clients. And if you're really not a psychic, you shouldn't be asking to do readings for people, But anyway, we're just banned. So Facebook's getting better and better about helping us to just get rid of people like that. And I know that sounded very flippant, and we're not getting rid of anybody. We're not hurting anybody, but we're honestly just keeping the energy clear and clean because we come here with an open heart, aligned with spirit, to do readings and healings and work with you. And anybody that's not here for the same purpose shouldn't be here. That's my perceptive, and I'm sticking to it. My perceptive, my perception, my perspective. All those. That's it too. Yeah, I did. This is water. I could have used some tea, maybe. All right. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Samadhi. Hello in Ontario. All right. So let me. Amanda, are you still there? And are you using PayPal or Venmo? Because I will pull up both, and just let me know, guys. And whoever's first will be first, and second, and third. Because you're all number one. Log in. I'm just logging in to our accounts. I want to make sure everybody okay. I want to ride my bicycle. PayPal gives you those. Okay, we're in. those images now. Click on everything with the bicycle. And then the thing is like that tiny. Looking at. All right.
On what? On PayPal?
On PayPal, yeah, when it wants you to prove that you're a human.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh, I use my desktop. So maybe it doesn't do it on the phone. I don't know. But I do. I get it on my desktop a lot. Okay. Okay. So let us know when you've donated and you'll be next. But I really, really feel drawn to just address that one thing, if it's still there. The comment, not the person. I mean, I don't see the person now. All right, so we'll just start and say hello to everybody. Okay, so anyway, you guys are amazing. Shirley, you're amazing. She goes, hi, ladies. Hope you're both doing great. John's loving our angel wings. What angel do you feel? Does anybody feel a specific angel? You know, like Michael or Raphael, or, well, I don't have to name you. If you know angels, then you know names, but not that you need to know names. It's a feeling or whatever. But considering I didn't specify that I was looking for angels, I said I wanted spiritual imagery suitable for a background, and they gave me angels. I think is extremely profound and significant because the angels are with us. Nicole says, well, this is exciting. Hello, everyone. Cool. I invited and sprinkled ladies. You're the best. Thank you, Shirley. John. Nicole says, love the rendition. Shirley, glitter party. Snow for Kimmie. Okay, so if Emily, if you're still here, if you're asking if you'll stick to the job, and I'm going to repeat what I said before, that really is up to you. So will you get a job that you applied for? If you're aligned with it, then you will. But if you pick a job that you're not excited about, or that you're already planning, maybe I won't even stay. This isn't specifically for you right now. I'm not reading for you. I'm just giving a general, because that question right there, will I stick with this job? That's just very apparent that it's really up to you. And you don't have to. Listen, when I was younger, okay, and I was taking jobs just for the money, and I did things that I like to do sometimes, like bartending and things that I did have fun doing, but then I did things I didn't like doing a couple of times because I just needed a paycheck. And I did not stick with those. And in fact, I remember they were for like the first 10 years of my working career, I think I would stick, well, aside from my first job, which I was at for like 2 years, Trixie, honey, I didn't stay for a job for more than 3 months. So if if I had asked myself that question, I would have been like, that's a hard no. So I feel like you're asking yourself that question and it's going to be no. But when you find a job that you really like doing, you're going to stay with it. I've been doing what I do now for years now, and I'll be evolving and doing it on some level, probably forever, unless I find something I like better, Just do what you love and you'll never work another day in your life. Thank you, Spirit. I believe that's a Confucius quote. Do what you love and you'll never work another day in your life. All right. Ms. Kimmie.
Miss Kimmie went to another planet while you were talking.
Was I talking for that long? Oh my God. Traveled. She astrally traveled. She met some alien friends. She came back. We all had tea. I was still talking.
Oh, I was thinking about my experiment I'm going to do again.
Oh, what is that?
Remember years ago when I made that box, the spirit box?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to do it again.
The precipitative art.
Yes, whatever that is.
That's cool.
Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called.
Yes, precipitative art, where you put all the pens or crayons or whatever in the box with the paper. And I don't know the rest of how you do it, but then when you open it up, there's like a picture or signatures and stuff.
Yes, and I remember the first time I did it, I got the word joy.
Yes.
So I have my box here, and I've got my colored pencils.
I love that.
And my paper already. And I'm using a Christmas box because it's pretty.
It is pretty.
And I'm going to put all my stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Put my pencils in and ask for whoever is for my highest and greatest good to come in and leave me a message.
Oh, I love that.
And then I'm going to put it somewhere where it won't get disturbed by my cats.
Like high in the closet somewhere, right? I love it. I love it. Oh, I think that's awesome. And I'm excited to see the results because I remember your results last time were profound.
Yeah, I won't open it for 2 weeks.
Okay. And I'm sure they do. Julie Adriani and Michael Shane are going to be my guests this coming Friday. I've got to put out the promo tomorrow. And they're both physical mediums. And I'm sure that's something that I've never seen them, but I'm sure they know about it. But anyway, I remember, who was it that was talking about it? It was Kevin. Because I remember the live stream. But anyway, I just think it's so cool and I remember when you did it, that was really quite a few years ago. Like you were just starting out, right? Like,
yeah.
But
it was fun. It was fun. It was like anticipation to the max.
Maybe I'll do it. I've got a bunch of crayons and markers, and I don't have crayons. I have a bunch of markers and pencils and stuff.
But it was fun, and I want to start getting back to doing more fun things.
Cool.
So that one came to my mind, and before we went live, I went searching for a box and got my paper ready and everything. So here we go. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. 2 weeks it is.
What's today's date? Today's the 27th.
Nicole said that's awesome.
So somewhere around the 6th.
Gina says I have a prayer box for healing.
No, somewhere around the 13th. Sorry. Somewhere around the 13th, we will open it and look at it.
All right. I'm looking forward. Are you going to open it live?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely. That sounds like fun. It's fun to craft, says Nicole. And Suzanne said that it sounds like fun, Kimmie. Love it.
No peeking, Nicole.
No peeking. That's so
tempting.
funny.
It's tempting because I was always that kid at Christmas that snuck down and opened the packages perfectly.
Really? Oh,
and put them back together perfectly.
Really? Oh my, okay.
Yeah, but no peeking because that's like, that's going to ruin it then.
Oh my goodness. And I wanted to, Bonnie, are you still here? Because I saw your comment about you going ghost hunting.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. We did a ghost hunt last night. The amount of equipment that was there for everyone to work with was unbelievable. It was an incredible experience. Once I go through all the pictures and videos, I will send you some. Oh yeah. Not only would I like for you to send me some, but I'd love to, if you want to join me on camera or even off camera, and we can just share some of what you've, sorry about my beautiful cat, your EVPs or images or photos or videos. We could do that on camera too. Be super cool. Super cool. My Alma's birthday today, born February 27th, 1900. Oh, beautiful. Somebody says, I'm not seeing all the comments, John Thaddeus, but don't leave us. Stay, John, stay.
I don't know what I missed there. But...
Yes, we do. All right, cool. Cool beans, guys. So let us know.
The best way to get rid of me is to pass on my remarks.
Alrighty then.
I love your sense of humor, John.
You are loved. What is that? All right, I've got a book here called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Some of you may have heard of this amazing book and this amazing woman. But I feel really drawn. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. I remember that. Remember that? It was at the end of the show. I don't remember what show it was. Was it? Good job. Okay, somebody give me a page number between like 1 and I'm not going to read the whole page, but I am going to tell you something because I'm drawn to share something. So between 1 and like 241. That's not quite right. Oh, look at all the self-help resources. Interesting.
John said, okay, Kimmie, don't get me started. We got numbers coming in like crazy here, Meagan.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, Kimmie, you pick one.
7, 23, 33. 33 sounds good.
It does, doesn't it? Let's do it. Okay. So number 33, chapter 33. Okay. Page 33, sorry. And because the lighting is what it is, and because, hang on one second. Stop. Page. This book is one of, is it? I believe this book is one of the books given to me by my friend Bonnie. Bonnie, out in the comments over there, who gave me, does it work? Okay, we don't have to worry about that. Just need a new light. But yeah, Bonnie gave me 2 bags, literally like bags. She's an avid reader, 2 bags of amazing books. And I'm not a reader. I'm a listener and a watcher. But I'm loving these books. And I know that, and they're all like for mediumship and stuff. Anyway, this one, I love Louise Hay. So here we are, page number 33. Sorry, I've got to read the way I got to read. What, is it John again?
No, it's Nicole. She thought it was a coffee cup floating. When you had the lamp.
Oh God, that's so funny. No, this cute little lamp. Was a thing that when I got from Amazon, I was so excited about it. No, it doesn't work at all. Right. Oh, and this is something I have to review, so I can't open it yet. This company sent me money to buy a product in order to review it. And I thought, that's really cool. And then I thought, I hope that's not a scam. But by that time, I'd already given them my PayPal information and they sent me the money. So I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And I think it's just fine. It's just a China company from China who sells gift boxes. Now, this is a necklace. But anyway, so it'll be fun. I'm going to make that and put it out on YouTube. All right. And okay, so page 33, chapter 4, is it true? Truth is the unchangeable part of me. Truth is the unchangeable part of me. The question, is it true or real, has 2 answers, yes and no. This is a good part. I'm glad you said this. Is it true if you believe it is true, if you believe it is true? It is not true if you believe it isn't true. The glass is both half full and half empty, depending on how you look at it. There are literally billions of thoughts we can choose to think. Most of us choose to think the same kinds of thoughts our parents used to think. But we don't have to continue to do this. There's no law that says we can only think in one way. Whatever I choose to believe comes true for me. Whatever you choose to believe becomes true for you. Our thoughts can be totally different, and our lives and experiences totally different. That's powerful. This is an amazing book.
Absolutely.
Is that so true and stuff that we talk about, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, and my thing, I think I got Bonnie one of these too. Bonnie, I got you one of these too, didn't I? Yes, from when you and Brian, her husband Brian, were here visiting me, and we went to what's the name of that restaurant? The one that sells cool stuff. Yeah. So now I've got mine too. You gave me all the books, and I gave you a beautiful butterfly bookmark. It's not the most convenient bookmark in the world. It's but it's so pretty. But it's easy to find. Anyway, I love that because it's so true. My truth doesn't have to be your truth, and your truth doesn't have to be my truth. And we often grow up believing what our parents believed. And there's no rule anywhere that says I have to believe whatever my parents believed. And yet we often don't stop to think. We often don't stop to observe our thoughts, to become aware. Cracker Barrel, thank you. Thank you, girl. That is exactly where we were. We often don't stop to observe our thoughts. We just think them and talk and think and talk. But when we stop and we observe and we ask, wait a minute, is that really something I believe? Is that something I want to believe? And where did that belief come from? Was that belief, passed on to me because my mother believed it? Or do I believe this because I really believe this? Is it my truth, or was it somebody else's truth and it just keeps getting passed down generationally?
Absolutely. I find that it is true in the teachings too, that are, surfacing all over Facebook. Mm-hmm. Is it my belief, or is this somebody else's belief? It's always a good question to ask yourself.
Absolutely. That's a great point. It's always a great question to ask yourself. By the way, I don't know why the YouTube comments. Oh, yes, it is. I see. Hold on.
We have another one.
Oh, do we though? Okay. On Facebook?
Jessica, yeah.
Okay. Let me take care of that. Okay, so Jossy's just asking about our aunt. We are doing readings today. John says fix. Yeah, it was. I'm looking to see. I don't see it yet, but I'm sure I will in a moment. But I don't. I don't see it on. The name is Jessica?
Jessica Sandra, yeah.
I don't even see it on the dashboard. Oh, there she is. Oh, good. I could just ban you right there, block you, or say you later, bye. Or I could go here and do it this way. That's all right. I'll just continue on what I was just doing. Send me a friend request, because I'm not from the United States and I'm a fake person, and that's why I'm not able to send anybody friend requests. So I asked you to send me a friend request. Anyway, sorry. So thank you for pointing that out. Guess my next post will be Angel of Discernment, Archangel. Is it Nehemiah? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't know all of the archangels' names. Ooh, but I do have a guest coming up on my show on the 24th, Reverend Judy Stetson Weaver, who actually channels a lot of the angels. She channeled Metatron when I met her. And so she also channeled Jesus and everything else, but I don't mean everything, but so I find that very interesting.
Cool.
Very interesting. Yeah. She's also interesting because she channels. Well, I don't know if she'll do that on camera, but when I met her, she was in a room in a circle. And so part of her channeling, she was doing standing up, which that is rare, I'm finding, because I interview a lot of channelers and mediums. I'm very fortunate. Well, it's my intention. And so I do. But a lot of people channel with their eyes closed but she actually, but Esther Hicks does it. She does it kind of like that. She's very nice woman. I'm looking forward. She has beautiful energy. I'm looking forward to working with her too. But yeah, guys, this is a great book. And if you're feeling this, and something else about this book, which I don't know where, it's just the whole thing. Okay, here, I'm going to read something else because I'm drawn. Okay, deserving. This is page number 114. If we do not accept the idea that we deserve to prosper, this is really important for us, guys, then even when abundance falls in our laps, we will refuse it somehow. Look at this example. Okay, I'll read this example to you. I need better lighting. A student in one of my classes was working to increase his prosperity. He came to class one night so excited he had just won $500. He kept saying, I don't believe it. I never win anything. And we knew it was a reflection of his changing consciousness. He felt that he did not really deserve it. Next week, he could not come to class. Yes, he had broken his leg, and the doctor bills came to $500. He had been frightened to move forward into a new prosperous direction. and felt undeserving, so he punished himself in this way. Whatever we concentrate on increases. So don't concentrate on your bills. If you concentrate on lack and debt, then you will create more lack and debt. There is an inexhaustible supply in the universe. Begin to be aware of it. Take time to count the stars, even on a clear evening, or the grains of sand in one handful. The leaves on one branch of a tree, the raindrops in the window pane, the seeds in a tomato. Each seed is capable of producing a whole vine with unlimited tomatoes on it. I never thought of it that way. Be grateful for what you have, and you will find that increases. I like to bless with love all that is in my life now. My home, the heat, the water, the light, the electric, the phone, the plumbing, the appliances, clothing, transportation, jobs. I do this a lot, guys. I do. I'm still working on my manifesting too. And I use this, right? And so the money I do have, friends, my ability to see, feel, taste, and touch, and to walk, and to enjoy this incredible planet. Our unbelief in lack and limitation is the only thing that is limiting us. What belief is limiting you? Thank you, Louise, who's clearly with us in the spirit today. An angel. Not a physical angel, but an angelic. I loved her. I loved her in spirit, and she transitioned in her 90s. And anyway, does that resonate with anybody? That is so true. Our beliefs can act as blockages to what we wish to manifest. Do I hear your cat?
Yes, that's Tiggy. He's very, very, very vocal.
Hi, Tiggy. I'm looking around and I'm like, everybody's sleeping. And
where are you, Tiggy?
Hi, Tiggy. Wow. Louise Hay. Yes. Louise Hay. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. This book is one of the books that changed my life. It's one of the books that helped me to heal from stage 4 lymphoma. It's one of the great, and I didn't own the book before, but I listened to it many times on YouTube. You can listen to it for free. But actually owning the book is really nice. So thank you again, Bonnie. Yeah. They're hangry.
They're not. They ate already.
They're faking it then. Tiggy's like, I'm fake hangry, mama.
No, he's just a very vocal kitty. He's always been. If he goes in the litter box, he waits for me to tell him what a good boy he is.
How cute is that?
Yeah.
How cute is that? Oh my God.
He lets me know. They ate. They had their treats. They're doing better than their mama.
One moment, please. Keep talking, Kimmie. I'll tell you what's going on. I'll read you here from. Those of you that pray and send healing, my friend Karen, and I'll just say the last initial J. She's not part of our community, but she's been a friend of mine for 8 years, over 8.5. One of my first Facebook friends, actually, when I had my original YouTube channel and stuff. Anyway, she's been through a lot in her life, and she's a beautiful soul. Just had a stroke recently, and so I reached out today and I said, "How are you doing?" And she said, "I'm doing okay. Just a lot of doctor's appointments, but I feel like it's up from here." So thanks for checking. You're very welcome, Karen. So yeah, please, if you would be so kind as to send love and healing. Yep. She's a beautiful soul. In fact, when I create, I'm not going to say the names of because I don't want to call her out. But I had created a couple of different pages about narcissism and healing from it. And I had one on YouTube. I had one on YouTube, but that's not what I'm talking about. I have a couple of them on Facebook. And there were like a few thousand people on each page. But when I shifted and I woke up and I just couldn't focus on that anymore, and it wasn't my jam, I literally removed. I had already made her an admin too, and I just removed myself as an admin. It's a weird feeling when you build something from the ground up and then you just step away from it completely. But that's what I did, and I knew that she would take great care of these people and herself, and So thank you so much for the prayers. Thank you. She's an amazing soul. Who's helped so many people. And I'm just very grateful for her. Are we doing readings or not? Well, I think so. Have you donated for your reading yet? We do readings for donations. Sometimes we do free readings, but if we're not, we're not. And I'm not feeling called to do a free reading at the moment. But we will definitely be doing some readings. Suzanne says, yes, I get it, Megan. Yeah. So now what's on your mind, Ms. Kimmie? What would you like to do?
What's on my mind? Yeah. Sounds like a
What energy exchange is very important. You're both amazing at what you do. Thank you, Samadhi. I agree with you. We a lot of. I don't feel that a lot goes into being who we are, doing what we do, just living the lives that we live. And then there's also like the physical stuff, like creating the promos and everything else to come here, and then buying the equipment to stream to you. And so I'm not asking for any kind of pity, but if you like what we do and you want some of it, we do ask for an energy exchange. And you're right. There's no shame in that game. You know what I mean? You go to your doctor, or you go to your dentist, or you go to your hairstylist. Do you walk in and say, hey, I'm here. Why don't you just do me now? I'm here. Nobody owes us anything in life. And we love you. I love you all. I know Kimmie loves you all. And we love to be here and hang out with you guys. And very often, and not very often, the energy here during these streams is healing. So if you're drawn to hang out, something is going to come out that you needed to hear, whether it's during a reading or a conversation. It's going to happen. You're going to get a message that you need. But if you're focused on the only thing I want is a reading directly from spirit saying I'm spirit and I'm telling you this, well, then you're not actually going to hear what you've come here to hear, because you're expecting something to you're expecting to receive something in a certain way. This is a message from spirit right now. If you're expecting, if you're asking your dead relatives, sounds kind of cold, but to come here, give me a feather. If I don't see a feather in my hand right now, you're not here, and I don't even believe you exist. What? No feather? Well, guess there is no God. There's no, there's no spirit or anything, because there's no feather in my hand. They're tickling my scalp. They're laughing. Because if you're expecting something to manifest in a certain way, that's not how spirit works. They're not magicians. They're not on cue for you to fill your expectations. They're there to work with you, to love you,
So if you do ask, from your heart for a sign, you will get one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't. But I'm saying, Kimmie, if you say, I want a feather right now, I have a feather. It's got to be a feather, and it's got to be right in the palm of my hand right this second.
Oh gosh, no! I told you the story about Winter.
Tell us again.
He wanted to go to Texas, and this was when he was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I am an overprotective mom. Okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
I love that we have that in common.
All my kids can tell you that. So he wanted to go. So I asked Spirit, I said, please send me this sign. And I only told Dale what the sign was. And the sign was that a hawk would land in the bush in front of my kitchen window. So months and months went by, months and months. Okay. And it was getting close to the date. I think there was 2 weeks left. And I was starting to, get that devious mom thing going in my head, where I'll be okay, what can I do to keep him home? Because I haven't gotten the sign yet, and I was really thinking about things to do. And we were sitting there, me and Dale were having coffee, and all of a sudden, this ginormous hawk, red-tailed hawk, landed right in the bush in front of the kitchen window. And it's a very short distance from my chair to the window. Okay. It landed right in that bush. And I looked at Dale because I thought, am I seeing things now? Is this real? I looked at Dale and I said, do you see this? And he says, yeah, it's a gigantic hawk. And I said, okay, winter's meant to go. The sign came. Okay, so I mean, they could have gave me the sign right off the bat, but I don't know why we had to wait. Maybe to see how devious I could get.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Thank you for sharing that story. Somebody has goosebumps. I love that. I'm just looking.
Yeah, that was like, and of course I did not have a good phone at that time, so I couldn't take a picture of it. I wish I could have, because that was just beautiful. I mean, it was a close up.
144. This is the second time I've seen that number, guys. I love that story. Is there a 144? There is a 144. That's the second time somebody said 144. We did 114 before, but I have to read whatever 144 says. Let's see what it is. Oh, no, it's actually not a message. It's about the list. It's about the book itself. Okay, you know what though? But the page right next to it is quickie, and it says the list. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I see. This is about the list, saying that it's been updated or something. But as you look, it says, I am healthy, whole, and complete. As you look through the following list, taken from my book, Heal Your Body, see if you can find the correlation between diseases. This is really a good chapter here. Diseases that you have had or are having now, and the probable causes I have listed. If you don't own this book, guys, I really want to recommend it. Really. Look up the mental. Okay, a good way to use this list when you have a physical problem is, number one, look up the mental cause to see if this could be true for you. If not, sit quietly and ask yourself, what could be the thoughts in me that created this? Number two, repeat to yourself, I am willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that has created this condition. I'm going to write that one down. I am willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that has created this condition. Number three, repeat the new thought pattern to yourself several times. And number four, assume that you are already in the process of healing. Whenever you think of the condition, repeat the steps. Hey, Heather. Then I'm going to show you some of the stuff. You can't really see it. So like abdominal cramps, probable cause, fear, stopping the process, new thought pattern, I am the process of life, I am safe. Let me see what it says about cancer. Does anybody want to know anything? Because I can look it up for you. Interesting, right? Alzheimer's, also dementia, refusal to deal with the world as it is, hopelessness and helplessness and anger. Interesting. And you could say there's always a new and better way for me to experience life. I forgive and release the past. I move into joy. You know what? Let's look up stroke. Might as well. Although I did say I wanted to look up cancer. I know. I went through this when I was diagnosed with the cancer back in the day. Okay, cancer. Doesn't even say at different kinds, just cancer. Deep hurt. Yeah, I'm saying I knew this. Long-standing resentment. I had to let all that shit go. Deep secret or grief eating away at self. Carrying hatreds. What's the use? And wow, that's very powerful. I lovingly forgive and release all of the past. I choose to fill my world with joy. I love and approve of myself. That's the healing for that. All of those things were absolutely part of my life when I was diagnosed with that. And let me just see one more for this. If anybody wants to see something, let me know. She goes, Oma, speaking today. Love you. Is there anything for why people become more susceptible to colds, flus? Curious about that one. I'm curious about that myself. Let's look at colds. Let me see. It's interesting because two people. Now you're the third person in 2 days that said something about right now having a cold or a flu, or I don't know if you have one right now, but you're asking about it. Okay, let me look up flu because I don't see cold. This is powerful stuff. Does it resonate with you? I mean, maybe it doesn't, Kimmie. Does it? I'm asking, does it resonate with you?
I think colds and flus are probably like your body's way of telling you to take a break.
Which is interesting because that's the advice I gave my client last night. But I swear, it's your body telling you. But it's not. It doesn't always have to be that. I have to look up influenza. But I do definitely agree with you that that's one of the ways when your body, when you don't give yourself a break, and then your body something happens that makes you stop and relax for a while. I really want to recommend not you don't have to do that. You can take good care of yourself and stay healthy. Influenza, response to mass negativity and beliefs, fear, belief in statistics. Look at that. That is very interesting. The one right up there. Influenza. Response to mass negativity and beliefs, fear, belief in statistics. And the healing is I am beyond group beliefs or the calendar. I am free of all congestion and influence. That's what I just wanted to. What do you feel about that?
Well, fear, yeah, because look what happened the last few years.
Oh my God! This was written in the 80s or something. I just dropped my thing. I got so excited. You're right. The C word.
It happens during the Spanish flu in the early 1900s too.
You're right. Group statistics, fear, the flu. I didn't even think that, Kimmie. I was just busy reading and hoping I wasn't boring you while I was doing it. But oh my God, you're like way out there. You're so right. The C word, yeah. Guys, I didn't even think about that. But it's right there. No, I want to know where Louise Hay got the information. Who did she channel it from? I know she was friends with Esther Hicks. She's a big fan of Abraham. When obviously she's transitioned now, but the I don't know what that means. The something flu. Beijing flu? A different kind of flu?
Oh, and there's so many. Yeah. It really is.
But I just love that because it's just so powerful that it wasn't like different kinds of cancer, which I kind of broke it down because mine was located in my spleen, and it was in my blood, but it was focused in my spleen. And I also looked into what does the spleen mean? And what does that portion of my body mean? And so, but everything is stuck energy. Every dis-ease, everything is stuck energy in the body. Does that resonate with you, Heather? Let me see what she's saying. Don't many of us fear the programming of becoming, a fear of contact with others, thinking, ooh, I'll catch something? That definitely makes sense. China. Yeah, I got you. Isn't that interesting? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels who are here on our live stream behind us today. Thank you, Louise Hay, for inspiring me to have this book and read part of it. That's what's going on. And thank you. I feel her. I feel her energy. I've felt her before. Did you ever listen to Louise Hay, Kimmie, or like read her books or anything like that?
I think I have a book or two of hers. And I've listened to a couple of things on YouTube. Hey. Hi, Ria. Hello.
Ria. Here's that beautiful energy, Ria. I have listened on Hay House. Yeah, my dream is to be a Hay House author, by the way. Well, that's one of my many dreams. But look, this is symbolic. I'm picking up the bookmark, but it's a butterfly. And look at the title today. It's about transformation. The title of what we're offering today is, I forgot the title of it already, but it's transformation, guys. And Karen Reynolds is sending me, and I'm live again. Kimmie and I are live now. It's so interesting. I think she might want to work with me, but if she ever looked and saw that she keeps messaging me while I'm live, which is, I know she wants me to see, because I've never seen her read before, and I do want to see her read. But anyway. All
righty then. That was very interesting. There's a lot of physical ailments that coincide with fear, believe it or not.
Which I am fascinated. What chapter was that again? 144, 145. I think that's one of the coolest things psychiatric illness. I'll look up insanity. Okay. If you have an issue with your pubic bone, it represents genital protection, and and you can say my sexuality is safe. I don't know. It came up. I'm reading it like the railroad. Railroad. I'm reading it to you, just what it says. It's weird. Piles, pimples, pituitary gland, polio, paralyzing jealousy, a desire to stop someone. Didn't the president, who was the president that was a president when my mom was little? She really liked him. Was it Roosevelt? One of the presidents had polio.
Roosevelt. Winter's answering you.
Oh, thank you, Winter. Yeah, it was Roosevelt. So, Theodore, I think, right? Because there's Teddy, and then there was the other Roosevelt. Which one, Winter?
Theodore, I'm pretty sure.
Theodore.
That's what I thought. Cool. Yeah, it's a paralyzing jealousy, a desire to stop someone. So imagine if he wanted to stop his opponent. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know him personally. I didn't study him a lot, although I did definitely watch, stuff about him and how that he didn't want to. Anyway, but interesting. Lupus, a giving up. Better to die than stand up for oneself. Anger and punishment. Wow. Talk about people-pleasing issues. Lupus, a giving up. Better to die than to stand up for oneself. And the healing, I speak up freely for myself. I speak up for myself freely and easily. I claim my own power. This is a good one for a lot of us. I love and approve of myself. I am free and safe. I like that. Miscarriage. Fear of the future, not now, later, inappropriate timing. I had one of those. And it was completely the wrong time. I was married to a very mean man. So anyway, that's powerful. The book.
I always see like these strange things about this stuff, Megan. Okay, so polio. What about the kids that had polio?
That's a good question. What about the kids that are born with cancer?
Exactly. So I see things differently in my head.
But what about children that die from whatever reason, though? It's usually about the parent learning. So this all resonates with me because I did get diagnosed with cancer, and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Yes, one size doesn't fit all. Yeah.
But still, that resonates with me. And Louise Hay's work doesn't resonate with everybody. There's a lot of people that don't really resonate with affirmations, But she literally did help me to heal my life. And some of what I'm reading really resonates. Does it work for everybody? No, probably not. I mean, is it true for everybody? But I am curious.
We did discuss this. What is our belief? Earlier, remember?
Yeah, that's in this book too. That's right. We all have different beliefs. So for
absolutely,
me, and you don't, and either. I mean, we're both right.
Yeah,
it's true for both of us. It's true for whatever you believe, guys. Whatever you believe. But I really want to see. I don't know.
This is actually a lesson in how to get along in the oneness of us all.
Okay.
I believe something totally different than you believe, and we are okay with each other, aren't we?
Absolutely. But I've got to, and I don't mean but, and I have to read Stroke. I kept being drawn to read it. Hello, Peter, my brother. I know you're there. Okay, read Stroke. Listen to this. Where'd it go? Giving up, resistance, rather die than change, rejection of life. My brother was one of the most stubborn, immovable objects I've ever met. And he knows, he's telling me to read this. So rather die than change. He did that. And that came through in his reading when Susan channeled him. When Susan Morris talked to my brother, she said he would never have admitted these things when he was alive. He would go to his grave. He was being funny when he said it, but truthful, that he would go to his grave, with that, instead of ever admitting that he was accountable. Isn't that interesting? Well, because I believe it. Everything I'm reading is aligning with what I believe. So, oh, what kind do you use? I'm picking up my lighter. Okay, hello. I'm looking at
Carmex.
Oh, okay. I've got. I got.
I'm addicted to this stuff, and it's because it has eucalyptus or something in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't know eucalyptus was addicting. I can't speak today. Eucalyptus. My favorite one I ran out of. I have to get more. It's called Color the World, and it's the type is called Mint to Be, and it's vegan, and it's this is not it. This is Blistex, but it's cool. And I got it. Look at that. It's got a little mirror on the bottom and a little bit of.
Oh, how cute!
I love the little mirror. Isn't that crazy? It works great. Like
every frequency has a match. Yes,
it's true. You know what's interesting? Before I read this book just now with you guys, I was having that same feeling. I was asking because I was wondering. There's, my brother's not there. There's several people, and I've noticed more men. Did I just say Ben? More men than women, although women have strokes too. But I've noticed more men have strokes than women. Is that like a statistic, or is that just my own thing? Hang on, let me ask ChatGPT. But I feel like I bet that's going to change because now in the new energy. Hang on, percentage of men to women who suffer strokes. Yeah, it says, according to the World Health Organization, stroke is more common in men than women, but the incidence of stroke in women is still significant. Globally, the incidence of stroke is estimated to be about 20% higher in men than women, more likely to be fatal in men than women. However, women have a tendency to have a higher incidence of stroke later in life after menopause. It's also worth noting the risk factors can vary by gender, with certain risk factors being more common in men, like high blood pressure and smoking. Is that true? More men smoke than women? And then others being in common with women, like migraine, headaches, and the use of oral contraceptives, which that's interesting. So cute, the little mirror. I know. I don't know why it's coming up today, but it is, and it's supposed to. So, but I've known for a long time that nothing is random, that dis-ease is stuck energy in the body somewhere. And my strong belief is that there's something that creates it. And so if we can clear that, whatever it is, if we believe, remember, I did heal myself from stage 4 lymphoma. So I'm not really talking out of my butt here today. I'm not saying my truth has to be your truth, but for darn sure, my truth is working for me. Stage 4 lymphoma, when I could have been dead, and instead I'm completely healthy. And so
I'm not arguing with you, Meagan. I'm just saying I have questions because it can't be a one size fits all thing for everybody.
You know what? We'll have to ask our guides. I don't mean right this second either.
I know it works for you, know. And I know my beliefs have worked for me in very many areas, and certain people don't believe the way I do either. I just have questions. And there's nothing wrong with having questions. Not a
No,
darn thing.
absolutely. Absolutely. Don't believe anything just
I mean, I would say yes, if a person is constantly negative and down on themselves, and they very well might come up with a whole host of problems, physical problems, because that does affect your body. My question is going to, where does this go with kids? Because that just does not seem right to me.
What I'm getting right now about that question is the lessons for the parents and the agreement between the spirit of the child before it's born to say, okay,
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that too, and I'm
my
not.
mom can learn this or that, or
You have another one.
I see it. Go ahead, say what you're going to say. I'm going to try to get rid of that.
Yeah, I've heard that theory too. We're not going to know all the answers, guys. We're just not. Not till we get to the other side.
No, it's interesting. Oh, here it is. Okay, banned from all live streams. There we go. Okay, good. Thank you for that. Maybe not. But I do feel like because I want the answers and I want to know more and more and more. I always do. And so I keep digging more and more and more. And of course, the more you dig, the more questions you'll find. But the more answers I get too. I've just a curious soul. Soul contract. Well, that's exactly how I feel. Are you a healer? Yes, we both are. Absolutely. And what does it mean to be a healer? What does it mean to be a healer? Kimmie, like, how would you? You and I are both healers, and we do our things differently. We're both. Are we healing? Are we channeling spirit that's healing? Are people their own healers?
It's both.
Okay, interesting.
It's both. It's actually all of the above. It's all of the above. Everything is energy. We are energy. The person you're healing or working with is energy. All we're doing is transmuting energy, okay, and sending energy. It's all of the above.
Heather, I thank you for sharing that, Kimmie, and I agree with what you're saying. Heather says I must have agreed to a lot.
Yeah, you and me both, Heather.
I have found that healers, and this is my understanding, that healers often do that. We agree to a lot of challenges for when we come into this life because that's how we grow. That's how we evolve as souls. We're old souls and we're coming in to help others and to heal others. And if we don't experience anything, how can we help somebody else? If I was born, and now listen, this fictitious thing that I'm going to say may not resonate with you guys, but I'm just going to make it up. So let's say that I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I never had to worry a day about money, and my parents were awesome, and everything was great. And I had siblings that loved me, and a great family, and everything just came to me, and I didn't even have to work. Would I be able to help the people that I can help now? Would I be able to relate? Could I be a healer? Sure. I can still have energy and all that, but would I be able to connect with you? Would I understand? Maybe. I don't know. But I feel that I know actually that it's no accident that we do create these situations for ourselves and that we do learn and grow from them. And that the hardest, I don't want the hardest as a judgment, but the most challenging contrast is something that we learn from and grow the most from. Hey, Aiden, how are you? Transmuting dark to light. Do you feel like you transmute the dark, or do you release the dark and walk and step into the light?
Are you asking me?
Well, I'm asking Samadhi, but if you have a thought on that, I'd love to ask you too. Because that's the question that I have.
I never thought about it, but it's probably the answer is both.
I can see that. I really want to talk to John here for a minute. John says, I suffer from complex depression, anxiety, insomnia. My neurotransmitters nervous system isn't totally screwed up. Okay, first of all, I'm going to share with you my thoughts. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Okay, but I spent a good portion of my life with a lot of those same diagnoses and a slew of pills and psychiatrists and therapists and hospitals and everything else because I kept telling myself over and over again that I was sick. In fact, I found writing today, like poetry and stuff that I wrote, and I'm like, who writes this stuff? I know I wrote it. It's my handwriting from like 30 years ago, but oh my God, it's depressing. Like there's no hope. I'm looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, but now I just want the train. I wanted it to be over. I mean, and so I spent a lot of years dealing with that stuff. And I have to say for me, and I'm not saying everything works for everybody. We're talking about that today, but for me, I stopped telling myself that I'm depressed. I started telling myself I'm happy, and I started refocusing my thoughts. And honestly, I'm just glazing it over lightly. And if you want to know any more, you can follow my work because I talk about this sometimes. And it's really important because I know you're saying your neurotransmitters, and I don't know anything about medicine. I'm not a doctor, but I do know I remember being given a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. And then I remember being told you have a chemical imbalance. And then I also looked into it in the research from other doctors and scientists. There's no such thing as the chemical imbalance. Psychiatry is a whole thing in and of itself, and it's all about medication. So again, it's about belief. And now I'm going to move your comment down because you tried suicide attempt twice. Yeah, well, I did that a couple of times myself, and I'm still sitting here, but I don't recommend it. I'm really, really glad that I didn't succeed. I'm really glad that I failed at that, but I tried multiple times. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not recently. The last time was 2013, but I'm glad you're here. I'm personally glad that you're here tonight and that we're talking and that you're talking about it because that's a really good sign. I feel that you're here and sharing about it, and listen, if you need whatever you need to do for you, but I recommend that you get this book. Honestly, this was I'm not promoting it, but I'm telling you what it helped me. And you can look it up for free on YouTube. You can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. You're going to find a lot of information in there. I personally feel for you, you're going to find a lot of information in there that can help you to perceive things differently. So thanks for being here, John. Somebody say, we're glad you're all here too, see. Thank you. Thank you, somebody. I am too. I would have had to do it again. If we kill ourselves in this life and we exit another way, we're going to have to come back and learn all the lessons that we didn't learn this time. That's my belief too, obviously. I don't think I have to keep qualifying that. If I'm saying it, it's obviously my belief.
So Heather asks, what exactly is the difference between transmuting and releasing? Releasing, you're letting something go. Okay, transmuting, you are changing the form of it, as in darkness to light.
Yep.
Okay.
Well said. Well said. So that reminds me of like when I used to bodybuild, and I would hear sometimes people say, and it's a myth, that you can turn fat into muscle. They're two completely different types of tissue. You cannot turn one into the other. You can lose fat and build muscle, but you can't turn one into the other. So it makes me wonder, can you transmute the dark into the light? Can dark become light? Or is dark innately dark? Is light innately light? And either I focus here in the dark or I focus on the light. So am I changing it? Am I physically transmuting something?
Okay, so if I take this right here, okay, see this pretty blue stone? Okay. It has very calming energy. Okay. And I can take this energy out of this stone. Okay. and transmute it into air and light and send that energy over to you. Does that make sense?
Not exactly. Say that one more time, because it just occurred to me what Suzanne is saying about chapter, and so I wanted to pull up the chapter.
Okay, you do your chapter thing.
No. Please go ahead, because I want to hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Besides, I like the pretty blue stone.
This is energy, but it doesn't look like energy. It's a solid, very heavy crystal rock. Okay. So when you're working with crystals, you're taking that energy. Okay. You're taking that good calming, we'll just say calming energy for now. Okay. Okay. You are taking this out of the rock. Okay. That is transmuting right there. You're taking it out of the rock.
I see it as more as directing.
No, you're taking it out. Okay. Directing is when you send it.
Okay.
Directing is when you send it.
So your perspective is
okay. So you're taking this out. You are taking the qualities, the healing qualities out of this rock. Okay.
Okay.
And you are sending it to another person. So you have already transmuted this into a viable energy form that can be sent to another person.
Okay. I think I'm following you there. But what about the fact that it is my belief that these are all beings? So it's not just a rock. A rock is a being. A crystal is a being.
Okay, that's a totally different subject.
Okay, but so
it's a totally different subject, Megan. We're talking about transmuting, okay? We're talking about transmuting. I just picked this because it's right here. Okay? Not the rocks being beings or anything else.
Because you're a being and I'm a being and that's a being. So if I wanted to send Kimmie's energy, could I extract?
If I wanted to.
Could I transmute Kimmie's energy and send it to somebody else? Or am I channeling what's already there? So you could, yes, you could channel your own energy.
You went off on a totally different subject there, so I'm not even going to touch it.
Well, because there's the way I think there's a flaw there's a flawed premise to start out with. So I'm not able to follow you on that one because I believe.
Okay, so all right, forget it.
All right.
Forget it. Well, we went too deep for this one. Way too deep for this one. Okay, this is called Overthinkers Anonymous.
Well, wait a minute. But that's a judgment,
though. So
what if we'd like to?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me explain it this way. I have a rock here. Inside this rock is Luciferian energy. Okay. Luciferian energy. That means that it actually glows when you shine a light on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If I take that energy out of here, out of this rock, okay, I am transmuting it into the color that goes along with this thing. Never mind.
Somebody says, I get what you're saying. Suzanne says, I love you, Meg. Thank you. Tamara says, it's all in your intentions, as everything is energy. Everything is energy.
Everything is energy, yes. When you're transmuting, you're changing the form.
Yes, that's exactly what I agree. That's what transmuting is.
Okay, that's what we're doing here. We're changing the form of this solid being, if you want to call it a being, okay? We're changing the form into viable energy and sending it to another person. Thank you. Thank you for whoever said that. Thank you.
I'm asking AI a question and then but I want to see. Okay, so I'm asking, can water be transmuted into ice? I wanted to know if that's also transmutation. Yes, water can be transmuted into ice through a process called freezing. We all know how that goes. But so that's also transmutation, which I find interesting. So it just goes along with exactly what you were just saying about changing form.
Yes, changing form.
So if you melt an ice cube, you've transmuted the ice. So the physical things, everything is energy, and some things can change form. Actually, even a body. Well, I don't even want to
Some
get.
things are out. Yeah.
Let's see. Is that what you're reading? I can't hear you. So.
I'm just.
Somebody said, "Love your soul tribe." Rhea says, "I didn't know we take the energy out. It's not just amplify the other's energy." Well, see, I kind of see it more like you do, Rhea. So we have our own. This is the whole thing with this seems like the whole subject for tonight. Is that how we started out? Not everybody agrees on the same thing, but my truth is my truth, and your truth is your truth. So,
CJ, no, it's not too late.
Oh no, you can totally get a reading. Yeah, absolutely.
We've been just chit-chatting and throwing beliefs.
Yes, I need a shot of a fireball. If I drank, I would join you. I'm telling you, I could use one myself. I'm going to get myself a sparkling water. The Big Bang Theory, great show. Never watched that, but I've heard great things about it. Angela says, I look at it. See, everybody's thinking. I love this. We're all thinking and talking. We're not just talking at you and saying you have to believe this. No, we're disagreeing with each other and agreeing with each other and talking to you. We're all sharing thoughts. We're all expanding our consciousness together. I love that. She goes, I look at it like taking energy that is stored in food and using it as energy for your body. That is transmutation, isn't it? Right? Is that, I feel like that. If I'm eating food and I transmute it into energy, I think that's transmutation. Rita says, I don't know. That's the same thing that she said before, and I was just agreeing with that. Let us know, CJ. She goes, oh my God, you guys are having so much fun tonight. I feel like Kimmie's like, not really, but
I'm fine.
I'm fine too. Honestly, we've never disagreed. I mean,
there's no reason not to be.
No,
we had this discussion earlier. Like I said, your belief may not be the same as mine, and we're fine with it. This is a lesson on oneness.
I think that was. Hang on. Examine your thoughts. The question was that the page 33, which is the first one.
Yes, it was 33.
Yeah, there. I'll read it again because Kimmie called out this page. This is what the whole live has been about. The question is. Okay, truth is the unchangeable part of me. And I'll just read the first paragraph again. The question is it true or real? Has two answers, yes and no. So it is true if you believe it to be true. It is not true if you believe it isn't true. The glass is both half full and half empty, depending on how you look at it. And there are literally billions of thoughts we can choose to think. We've thought about 500 million tonight.
Yes, we did.
And most of us choose to, you can watch the rest of the thing that talks about where most of us choose our parents' thoughts. But that's so interesting because Kimmie, you called out page 33. So you knew, your higher self said we're talking about this tonight.
Back to there is no right, no wrong. Exactly. That's exactly it. Mm-hmm. Now, do you hate me because I have a different belief system than you, Meagan?
Never. Oh my God, no.
See what I'm saying, guys? That's what this whole thing was about tonight.
Absolutely. We can disagree. We can even completely disagree on a topic if we really want to, or if we really do. If I want to, I don't choose to disagree with Kimmie. But if I really disagree or you really disagree with me, so what? That's cool. We get to love and appreciate. And this is a really powerful thing. And I love that my brother came in earlier to ask about strokes because my brother and I did not get past that. My brother was somebody that you had to agree with him. And if
somebody said, yeah, we all hate you. Just kidding.
Oh my God. Or a latte.
Oh God, John, are you starting the pizza thing now?
Oh my goodness. Exploring and expanding. Yeah, that's what we're doing. What you perceive, you conceive. And Tamara saying yes. I love that. See, that's so important, guys, because we can disagree with friends. We can disagree with neighbors. We can disagree with politics. We can disagree with anything, and we can still love the people and just accept the fact that they're right and I'm right. We're both right. Nobody's wrong. What's
There
right
is
for
no
me?
right or wrong.
Happy
There
right
is no right or wrong because we're all on different paths.
And the fact that I healed myself from stage 4 lymphoma in a way that worked well perfectly for me may not work at all for Kimmie or somebody else, because you would have to believe exactly as I believed in order for, I shouldn't say it that way because it may not have to be exact, but you would have to have a strong belief like I believed in order for it to work, and whatever it is. And I don't know if that's the best example, but it's not a bad one.
Heather wants to know if the pineapple can transmute off the pizza.
The pineapple transmutes the pizza into a different.
The pineapple can transmute off that pizza.
Oh, please. I just had some pineapple on my pizza last night, by the way.
We can give the pineapple to Megan. She likes pineapple pizza.
I do.
And if we lived together, I would pick it off and give it to you.
Oh, thank you, Kimmie. Well, if there was ham on it, I'd pick it off and give it to you if you wanted it that way. I am going to go get a bottle of bubbly. It's club soda, but I am thirsty, and I'll be right back. Will you please excuse me? This really is a great live stream. Who knew? Oh, by the way, if anybody's donating for a reading, let us know. Because not only are we having this incredibly deep conversations today, but we are offering to do readings, and we have a donation already. Okay, so we've got Chelsea Jackson with just CJ. Now, CJ, are you getting the forgot the title of what the big? She thinks she's getting our special thingy for today. That's really exciting. I'm so glad. I'll be right back. Please excuse me. I'm gonna get a bubble, and I'm also gonna use ladies' room. Is that TMI? Probably, but it's the truth. So I'll be right back. And then we're gonna do a reading.
You're not getting picked on, John.
John, we love you.
What are you doing, silly girl? You're just staring at your mommy? Yes, you're a girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All I had to drink was one coffee and tea today. Water, 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 water. Water, water. I love water. I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and that's it for coffee. Otherwise, I get the shakes from it, and I don't like that kind of feeling.
Sorry.
Whoa, what'd you do?
I had this amazing thought. Spirit, are you going to give it back to me? It hit me in the other room about it'll come back. It'll come back. It was so profound. It was about everything. I got my bubbly.
What was the scream for?
I thought I was stepping on something. I don't.
Okay. All right.
Startled me. Wait a minute. What was that? Agreeing to disagree. Oh yeah, yes, yeah. I feel like that, like I'm in that movie. Yes. So wouldn't it be easier for some people, right? If you're still in pleaser mode, wouldn't it be easier to just say yes and agree instead of disagreeing with your friend who you don't want to disagree? And we're alive too, right? But both of us are speaking our truth, and we love each other unconditionally no matter what. And we're not judging each other for our beliefs. We both are, and we're all doing it together. We're all doing it together. And that's so important. I feel like really, really to stress that this is a powerful message tonight too. This is not because you can, and a lot of times people that are people pleasers, which that's a label. You don't have to be that forever, but people that say things just to agree with other people, to avoid conflict and contrast, they do that so they don't have any, because you're afraid somebody's not going to like you. There's always a deep-seated fear of rejection. There's no rejection. Look at this, guys. I love you, Kimmie. And I love all of you. And
Rejection. I'm not going to not be your friend because you don't believe the same as me. I have people that are my friends that don't believe anything like me whatsoever.
And there will be people like my brother, when he was alive, we did not agree on some things, and he wasn't okay with that.
We
agree now.
There's certain people that you just don't even, bring it up because it's going to go south immediately. Mm-hmm. And it's not because you don't want to deal with it or anything else. It's just that it's already going to go south. So why do it? Why?
Oh, thank you, Tamara. It's all right, honestly, because my brother and I are closer now. He transitioned on January 10th. But we had good times in our human life. We did.
So.
And
I will be right back.
And I've been obsessively watching Star Trek since he transitioned, which I've always liked Star Trek. And so when she comes back, we're going to do your reading, CJ. 144. I'm telling you. Yeah. Let me see what that says about depression. Oh, look at that. And whoever owned this book before me, they highlighted some. Let's see. Visualization. Energy moving. Your prosperity consciousness is not dependent on your money. Your flow of money is dependent upon your prosperity consciousness. Ooh, write that down, guys. That's powerful. Kimmie's going to like this too. Your prosperity consciousness is not dependent on your money. Let me say that again. Your prosperity consciousness is not dependent on money. Your flow of money is dependent upon your prosperity consciousness. As you conceive of more will come into your life. That's beautiful. She says, I love the visualization of standing at the seashore, looking out at the vast ocean, knowing that this ocean is the abundance that's available to me. Look down at your hands and see what sort of, hang on, I'm sorry about the lighting okay, here we are. Look down at your hands and see what sort of container that you are holding. Is it a teaspoon, a thimble with a hole in it? A paper cup, a glass, a tumbler, a pitcher, a bucket, a wash tub? Or perhaps you have a pipeline connected to the ocean of abundance. Look around you and notice that no matter how many people there are and no matter what kind of container that they have, there's plenty for everyone. You cannot rob another and they cannot rob you. And in no way can you drain the ocean dry. Your container is your consciousness. And it can always be exchanged for a larger container. Do this exercise often to get the feelings of expansion and unlimited supply. How's that?
Oh, it is snowing out there.
I love that.
Ooh.
But thank you again for that, Tamara. And I will say that since my brother transitioned, he's been with me more than he ever was. And it's really cool because we see things. We watch Star Trek together now and we laugh together now and we agree on things. And yeah, I mean, he's not with me all the time. When he first died, he was with me a lot, like all the time. It was crazy. But he's with us tonight, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, really cool. Sometimes in life, like, my mom and I, we worked things out before she transitioned. We did not get along most of our lives. Holy God. It was the worst possible relationship you can imagine a mother and a daughter having. It was really bad. And yet, in the last 10 years, I changed. And as I changed, I didn't expect her to change. I changed. And as I changed, my relationship with her changed. And so by the time she left and went back to spirit, we were close. I mean, we didn't hang out all the time or anything, you know what I mean? But we had an excellent relationship. We did. We also talked a lot on the astral. So
what is Chelsea getting, honey?
Chelsea, are you getting the transformation? Hang on, what is it? You guys are having fun tonight. Yes, we are. I do believe Chelsea is getting the transformative healing package. And just to remind you guys, in this special transformative healing session. We are doing the psychic readings to help you gain. I'm trying to read what I wrote. Forget that. Let me just tell you what it is again in a nutshell. That a lot of people, myself included, have been coming to me for readings or just sharing with me their experience, that things that they thought were already healed from their past have been coming back into their lives again to experience them. Like, let's say that you were done with, that you felt like I was all healed. I felt I was all healed from any kind of people pleasing, or which I still feel I am. I didn't have that issue, but I thought, people that treated me or disrespected me verbally or whatever, those people are not in my life anymore. And yet in the last 2 weeks, I had two different, one person was really verbally and another person, but actually he wound up didn't bother me at all. The rude one bothered me a little bit, but I just ghosted her. So in other words, I still had a little bit of healing to do when it came back to me. But on the other hand, with the other person, it just showed me where I was. So I'm using myself as an example to explain that you might be feeling like you've already learned these lessons. Why is this situation coming back into your life? Because generally, once you learn a lesson, you don't have to keep repeating it. But Spirit is saying that as a collective consciousness, we're attracting stuff back into our lives, not to torture us, but to see, because that never happens for that reason, to see if we have to show ourselves how much we have evolved. And maybe there is some more healing to be done. And maybe the thing goes right over our head because we're so healed from it that we don't even recognize it as what used to be a trigger, So there's a lot of that going on. It has to do with the collective consciousness being very shaken up. A lot of change going on, a lot of transformation. And those of us that are moving into the new earth, that are living this new, beautiful life where they're speeding things up. There's no time to wait 10 years to evolve anymore. We're doing it bang, 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 because life is moving faster now. Time is a immutable concept, but it's moving faster. We're changing and evolving. And so our souls are like, okay, we're speeding things up. Got to make sure you got this. And so I hope I did a decent job explaining it, but if you're experiencing something that you thought you were already healed from and it's coming back to you now, it's not just you're not alone. And that's what the reading is about tonight. So we're going to help you to get to the core of whatever it is and just identify it and release it. We're not going to belabor it, but we're going to identify and clear it out for you. So that's the deal. It's a transformational. What did we call it again? The Transform Your Life tonight. Transformative healing package. Transformative healing package. And Ms. Chelsea Jackson, you are first. And Kimmie's doing the smudgy wudgy. I think I'll do some smudgy wudgy myself. Did you? That was interesting. Did you guys see that? It just jumped. I was going to say, are you using Palo or Sage? But
Sage.
Before I even got the question out, the lighter jumped at me. I'm like, okay, I'm using Sage. Can you do a reading? Yeah, absolutely. We're doing readings tonight, Suzanne. CJ is up right now. If you want to just do a regular reading, it's $33.33. If you want to do the transformational, I keep calling it the wrong thing, but it is what it is. It's the transformative healing package. Thank you, Spirit. It's $44.44. It's actually supposed to be $55.55, but it was a mistype, which means it was meant to be $44.44 according to Spirit. So we always believe. I always trust Spirit. I could use that feather that I didn't manifest earlier that I said I wanted to manifest, Spirit. I actually have a lot of beautiful feathers that I've manifested, but they're in the other room. And they didn't just pop into my hand. That would be cool, though. I bet if our belief was strong enough that I could manifest a feather right there in my hand right this second, that it would do it. I'm sure we can, because anything is possible.
Oh, absolutely.
So that would be a very strong belief that I could just, and we could. I'm just going to smudge it right now. Spirit is saying, and this is Spirit is saying that all the time that we waste as humans disagreeing with each other and trying to convince each other that that we're right and the other person is wrong, and especially in relationships like marriages, they're showing me, and even with parents and children, they're saying that could be just spent appreciating each other and loving each other and appreciating your life and everything that you do have and living in your divinity instead of living in that contrast, that self-created contrast. Because the need to be right is the ego, it's not the soul.
You have another troll, honey.
Oh, really? Okay. Hole chole, hole chole, hole chole, chole bole. Okay. Oh, I like what somebody was saying. Okay. Let me get back to that. Yep, no, I agree with everything you're saying, Samani. I'm looking to remove this. I don't know what you said, Suzanne. I can't read that children's storybooks. Why am I not seeing? Let me refresh this.
Sally McLean.
All right, thank you. Okay, there you go. That's funny. You can ban from all live streams. You can ban for 15 minutes.
Ban for 15 minutes.
Yeah, or suspend for 15 minutes. Ban just from this live stream.
Okay.
There you go. Let me just make sure this one is. Is that the only one before? Because I don't want to get into it. I mean, if I'll stop and do whatever I need to do, but I just want to. Okay. Hi, Glenna Edwards. Hello, hello. Tamara says, yes, your mother and your mother or your brother reconnecting with your niece. I think you've cleared a lot in this life. Oh, God, yes, I have. I surely have. And I'm really excited because I also have a nephew, and I haven't seen him since he was a boy. And we're in touch now, and I'm going to be seeing him this month. I'm really excited about seeing my nephew. All right, CJ, you're next. Oh, where is he? Let me bring CJ onto the screen. CJ, just say I'm here, please, sweetie. You guys are so awesome. What? You are not. I'm just going back. I'm looking for CJ again. CJ. Here you are. Thank you. You know, transforming. Did you want to go first, Kimmie?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So the theme of the stream, thank you, Spirit. That's cute. The theme of the stream is also in alignment with the readings, obviously. But that's. Hang on. I'm gonna pull out these cards because they've got a message. Mm-hmm. They're saying yes when you mean no and saying no when you mean yes. may appear to relieve or avoid the conflict in the moment, but that stuff gets stuffed down. That gets suppressed. Layers and layers and layers of energy that get suppressed and suppressed. This live stream is a perfect example of what it's like to share and speak your truth and disagree with people that you care about and still be great. In fact, it feels very, and I'm sure that when Kimmie and I first started doing live streams together, which was like several years ago now, we would not have disagreed like this. I wouldn't have. I'm not going to speak for you. I would not have. You might have, because you're very strong-minded, but I probably would have just said yes. I probably would have agreed and then thought about it, later.
Sorry, that just struck me funny.
Well, no, it's true though, because I can see you saying, no, I don't know. But I at the time, I mean, like 8 years ago or whatever, or 5.5 years ago, I would have, because I spent a lot of time in abusive relationships and I learned how to say yes when I meant no. And so I would not have, and you're not at all abusive. I don't mean that at all. I'm talking about my own training, from yesing my mother to yesing husbands and partners and stuff like that in my life. And this is all really regarding you, CJ. So whatever I'm sharing, it's connecting to you. If it take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But I'm sharing this because we evolve. We evolve, and we don't have to evolve overnight. You don't have to you don't have to wake up and say, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to disagree with everybody and heck with it all. And because you also can create stress. Okay. I see that, Kimmie. Let me take care of that right now. You can create stress for yourself that's unnecessary. This is part of the, hang on, I got to remove that person. There we go. I can ban from the whole page too. So suspend for 15 minutes, ban from page, ban from all live streams. Well, ban from page. So I guess that's even the bigger one. Because a lot of times, thank you very much, Glenna. A lot of times when we're learning to stand in our own power and to speak our truth, right? And we're learning that and we're practicing that. Well, sometimes we really don't want to, even though we know it's the technically right thing to do, but we don't want to. And then sometimes we do it. And then the after effect is like, oh my God, now every day this person looks at me and then they say things. And now we had a disagreement and now I feel bad. And I'm not talking about like what we have today, which is just a beautiful example of how things can go in a perfect world. But sometimes you may disagree with somebody who's going to, go head to head with you. And you may not want to create that bullshit for yourself at that time. And that's okay too. So don't beat yourself up over it either. It's okay. Spirit's talking about self-reflection. Honestly assess acceptance and honor your progress. And the yes card is coming up, which I just love that. And time to simplify. To keep it simple, find your flow state and choose ease and joy. That's what this is. That's what I'm feeling for you, that this is really all about, except there's one more card and it's the one on the bottom of this deck. Oh no, it's 2 cards. Okay, hold on. Territorial, find your place. Actually, in my head, it says find your peace. So I'm going to go with find your peace. And frisky, time to play. I feel like you've been taking things a lot very seriously. Sticking with the transformative. Okay, so I feel like things have been coming up for you lately that have to do with contrast. Things to do with you speaking your truth, or you being challenged to speak your truth, or you looking at it from standing in your place, like you moving over and giving space to somebody else's beliefs or ideas, or even physical presence. Maybe you're walking and somebody's walking in the same way and you move over instead of them, and that's okay. But I feel like that's been going on. That's been popping back up in your life, and you're like, why is that happening? Because I know I healed from so much of that. Why am I experiencing these things? And that's why they're inviting you to just take a look and just be aware, become aware. What is it that I'm mirroring out there? What am I calling into? Not calling in like I want this contrast, but what's going on? Okay, okay, that person was in my way, or this person disagreed with me, and I didn't like it, and why did and so just allow it, just recognize it, and then choose. You can choose to. That's so funny. Spirit's being very funny. To transmute it or release it, or both. You can let that shit go. You don't have to beat yourself up over not speaking your truth when you know that you disagreed with somebody, because some people, I feel like there's some people in your life that is just, it's just like if you have to go to a family gathering and your family, I mean, you don't have to, you don't really ever have to do something, but in our minds, sometimes we tell ourselves we have to. Spirit was talking to me about this earlier when I was going for walkies with my dogs. Sometimes we believe we have to do something, like we have to go to work, we have to go to this job, or we have to go to a family gathering. If we believe we do, then we create that reality for ourselves. But regardless of why we're there, if we are in this situation and we put ourselves in this situation where we're around people that we have to contend, they're saying contend with on a, they're saying off kilter level, which is okay, off kilter level, like, it's not going to be a balance, but a balance or an even playing field. They're showing me like a chessboard, and somebody's cheating. They're like literally slanting their side of the board up so your chess pieces fall off, which I don't even know if that's how chess works. I mean, I do know how to play chess, but but that's what they're showing. The person's cheating. They're cheating, and they're trying to get the upper hand. Literally, they're showing that the person's trying to get the upper hand. And you can choose to say, hey, I know you're cheating, and I know you're wrong, and I'm right. But you know what, though? See, that's the ego again. You can allow them to be whatever they're being and whoever they are, and you don't have to disagree with them. You can just go on believing what you believe and stay in your own peace, to simplify, to find your flow state, to choose ease and joy. You can simply choose to let that go. I think you can let that shit go. Don't even engage. Don't even engage. And the more that you don't engage in that frisky can be good, or it can be like challenging, or it can be playful. So stick with the playful part. The more that you allow things to happen, and then you stand in your truth, doesn't mean you always have to speak it in that moment. Believing what you believe, and not believing what somebody else believes simply because they believe it or because they want you to believe it, and if you feel and doing what feels right for you in that moment. And you don't have to say, yeah, I agree with you, even if you don't, just to avoid contrast. If that makes you feel bad, you can, but you can also say something like, I'm going to have to think about that. You're giving me something to think about. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a definitive, I totally disagree, or I totally do agree. You can just say something that's benign. They're saying benign, and let it go, and then not have to compromise your integrity and stuff down. But you're also not people pleasing. And the more that you allow yourself to stand in your truth and to create your ease and flow state and to play, and the less that you're going to attract those type of situations. Or if you attract a situation, you'll be so healed that there won't be any triggers. You won't even recognize it as something that once would have been a trigger, because it's just not part of your new reality. So that's what I'm feeling for you, as and then I'll be doing some healing and clearing for you as well. And I will begin that as Kimmie starts her amazing reading. So
awesome. All right, so we have, I'll tell you the cards and then tell you the story. Okay? And don't laugh, Meagan. Fool's Embrace. Transmuting.
Yeah, well, that's great. Classic.
transmuting pain.
They're laughing. My scalp is tickling all over the place. Sorry, go ahead, please. That's brilliant. Transmuting pain. Yes.
Gathering around the power of community. Okay. Heart, home, compassion. We have release, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. And this is the second time this has come out for you, so it's like doubly important. The 5 of Autumn, which is reaching out to others for assistance. Okay, so I asked specifically what the Fool's Embrace. Ooh, I almost pulled my earring out. The Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain, was about for you. Okay, and like I said, Meagan, this is like astronomically like amazing. Okay, and I pulled the Magician out. Okay, and the Magician is an alchemist. All right.
Yes.
Okay, and the gist of the Magician, okay, is that anything you imagine, you can make real.
Yes.
Okay,
Real.
so if this is physical pain, okay, if this is emotional pain, whatever kind of pain, okay, you can transmute that. Okay, you can take that pain and change it into something better. Okay, and it has to do with action on your part and manifesting your own power and your own confidence in what you believe to be true for you. Okay, in what you believe to be true for you. Now, you're also being encouraged twice to reach out to community. Okay, so reach out to people that that understand you, that believe in you. Okay, that believe in you. All right, that encourage you, that lift you up. Yes, thank you, Meagan. Yes. Okay, because that is going to help you more on your journey, to be around people that are definitely going to encourage you and lift you up. All right, and have compassion with yourself. Heart Home is all about acceptance, okay, radical acceptance and appreciation of who you are right now, okay, who you are right now. You also have Joyful Muse, inspiration, okay, so you're being encouraged to put your focus on something that inspires you, something that brings you joy and happiness. And you're being encouraged to release that doesn't bring you happiness anymore. Okay, maybe it did at some time or point in life, but it doesn't anymore. So you're being encouraged to let that go. I don't know why my thing froze here. And move forward. Okay, so this is all about you and transmuting the negative into the positive in your life. That is what the whole message is for you. Transmuting all the negativity. And I understand that we can't do this all at once. I wish we could. That would be really great. You know, it really would. But we can't do this all at once. So baby steps, okay? Baby steps. Just take your baby steps. Let go of what it is that's hindering you, okay? And move forward in baby steps. Move forward in baby steps. So I'm definitely feeling grandfather coming in with some light language. Koshate ma'ashi wa akoye. Eto ati si kohe. Miasha kone e. Kiasha wa ashiki ate. Me eno wa akoye. Korakashe misisi wate. Koyete wa ane kisia pasha. Wa okotia miatea wa a. Koshkana awa a. Koshia wate. Kote e kosha wa atia papane. Wa atishke e. Me e shko a. Te e wa atia wa ashe. Hokashahane. Ooh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, that was really, whoa, that was really strong. You're being encouraged to step into your own power and into your own belief system, period.
That was so
My body is shaking.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was as grandfather was speaking the light language, I was doing light language with I could feel my hands and my arms moving, and spirit was like all over my scalp. And so I felt him, and I was doing whatever I was drawn to do in that moment, which I don't think I've ever done that quite before. And then at the very end, they had me gather an energy ball. It was an energy ball of love and healing. And they made it really, really, really big. And then they just put it right into her chest, in your heart chakra, and your throat chakra, CJ. Oh yeah, yes. Time to block that one. Okay.
Another one. Mm-hmm. My comments froze on here, so I'm.
Physician Ben, I felt an energy about you, my beloved. My beloved.
Go in here and see. Oops.
People that are not in the US, they don't realize we don't talk like that. I'm not saying that nobody ever says beloved, but honestly, I've never called anybody my beloved. Have you?
No, my beloved Megan.
My beloved Kimmie, I've never said it before.
As a person for everything.
I'm so drawn to you. Please send me a friend request.
That was funny. That's funny. My beloved. It sounds like something out of Romeo and Juliet, right?
Mm-hmm.
My beloved. Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? My beloved.
I love that. Oh, wait. What is the line after Romeo? Where art thou? That deep GPT is going to tell us something. The full quote is, "Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?" And the lines next spoken are from Juliet are, "Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet." I never knew it. Don't you love how a cool AI is? It could just tell us that in seconds.
Awesome.
So beautiful, CJ. I hope that resonated with you. I would love to know. Yeah, there's like, I love it. Seems to be a troll tagline. I actually posted it in Facebook in as one of the things that if somebody says that they're immediately blocked. She's got to go pee now. If somebody says beloved or inbox me for your reading, they're automatically not, it just gets deleted before it ever gets posted. But apparently, actually, no, I guess maybe I didn't add beloved, but then
and if they believed that they could do this, then they would be doing this in their own little groups.
If they had little groups, honestly, I believe most of these.
I mean, come on now. I believed that I could do this, and I started a group.
I know, yes, absolutely, but I don't think these. Okay, this is my understanding.
Yeah,
they're not from America. They're not white. They're not English, and it's nothing prejudice against anybody. I'm just saying they're not from here, and they're using fake photographs and fake bios from other people, and that's why they're not allowed to friend anybody. Because they probably, I don't know, did something. And so you have to friend them. And if you look at their friend list, they're usually nobody from the United States or the UK, and it's baloney. It's a scam. It's just a big old scam. You're absolutely right, Kimmie. You did. You knew you could do it and you started it. I knew I could do it. I started doing it. But you can't do it if you're lying. I don't mean you. I mean them. You know what I mean? If you have a picture that you're a white woman from New Jersey and you're from Nigeria and you're not even a psychic at all, and then you can't really go live and talk about that now, can you? Does that mean there's no psychics in Nigeria?
Well, what are they going to do when they get the person to friend request them? They're going to do some kind of reading, obviously.
Okay, so if
they think that they're that good that to do that, they could get their own little groups and go for it.
They're just trying to get money out of people. They're not trying to give anybody a reading. They're trying to tell them that somebody wrote to me a couple of years ago.
I understand what you're saying, Megan.
They're saying you're going to die. I probably said this. They're saying somebody in your family is going to die by Christmas, and if you send me money, I can undo the spell for you.
Undo the curse. Yeah, I understand. But even doing that, okay, if you're good enough at it and you believe in yourself, you could start your own little darn thing.
Unless you're just a scammer, and that's the whole reason you're doing it. I feel what you're. Listen, let me tell you this. I'll tell you a quick story, which you might have probably heard me say, but not everybody has. Years ago, when I used to do telemarketing, I would manage call centers and stuff. But then I wanted to work at home. And I thought, what can I do to work at home? And I heard about this thing. And this is going back when I was like in my 30s. I didn't know I was psychic, although I should have known. I should have been aware of it, but I wasn't. And so I got a job with I did it for 2 days. Like California Psychics or one of those. I don't want to, don't quote me on that name because it might have been like Miss Cleo. It was one of those, it was a scammy thing. I didn't know. I didn't exactly know when I got into it. A friend of mine, somebody I hardly knew that worked at another call center, I was selling vacations. And she's like, oh, I do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I go in, and I want to earn money and I want to work on the phone. I like doing that. I'm comfortable with that. And so they hand me a script. They hand me a script to read to the person on the phone. Like, oh, I see I have pulled the ace of hearts for you. That means that blah, blah, blah. And then it says in parentheses to take your deck of playing cards, because they can't see you. This is, they didn't have like live stream. You take your playing cards and you make noises as if you're shuffling cards, but you're not. So the scams are not, and this was from the US. This was actually in Coral Springs, Florida. So the scams have been around for a long time. And now, were some of these people psychic? Maybe, maybe I know I was, but I didn't do it. I did it for 2 days. I tried it for 2 days and I realized people were calling me, asking me about really serious things like cancer and stuff and relationships. And I thought, I can't believe that people are not really psychics and they're talking to these kind of people who have real issues. I was shocked and I was angry and I was even mad at myself for doing it for the 2 days, but I that's okay. I had to learn, but I was glad that I did. And you know what? It's kind of interesting though, because my mom was older and she needed some money and wanted to go home. What, I told you that already?
Oh no, I was reading Tamara's comment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because my mom wound up doing that.
Discernment is coming up. Even Gina had the angel of discernment at the beginning of the live. Yeah. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, my mom did do, but my mom didn't do the bullshit reading. My mom actually was reading for people. I didn't know if my mom knew she was psychic, but she was. And she would keep him on the phone and give him really good advice. And she was.
I was just going to say, I think she was giving really good advice.
That's what she was doing.
That's what came to my mind when you said that.
That's what she was doing. And the more longer you kept them on the phone, the more money that you made. So that your whole idea was to keep the person on the phone talking as long as you could, And my mom gave them really good advice. And my mom could talk. If you think I could talk, my mom could talk. So yeah, that's what she gave them good advice. Mm-hmm. But yeah. But so there's a lot of people out there that aren't who they appear to be, and they only want to make money, and they don't want to be honest psychics. And all of us are psychic. We can all do it if we want to, but honestly, I feel like people that are really set on scamming other people, they're not connected with their inner being. They're not thinking, oh, I'm really psychic. I genuinely help someone. They're thinking, you've got money and I'm going to figure out what to say to get it out of your wallet into my bank account. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you don't agree, but that's how I see it. I don't get it.
Anyway, do we have anybody else?
Let me take a look. If anybody else wants a reading, speak now or I can't say forever, but hold your peace. Because we have time for tonight. We have time for one more, or we're probably going to go because I can feel it. I can feel the energy. I can feel Kimmie's like, I feel food coming on in my near future.
Yes, all I ate today was a yogurt, and I'm getting kind of hungry. Hi, Miranda. How are you, honey?
Oh my God, my client is pregnant. Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk to her. Sorry, she just messaged me. She's booking a private with me, and I haven't spoken to her in about a year. And I knew she was going to connect, but I'm not going to mention any names. But I knew the guy. I knew they were going to, and then they are. Oh my God,
that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for her. So. Oh my God.
I'm coming over your house, Miranda. Where are you? In Texas?
Chicken, lemon pepper, and asparagus. I don't even eat chicken right now, but I might have to.
Mara said this was a great live chat. I think what was brought up tonight was meant to really look at the
season coming up again.
Caesar?
Do you mean season? That's how I feel like she's meaning it. But I get it. And feel free to elaborate on that if you'd like. And you're very welcome. I'm really glad. We had this live tonight, Kimmie. It was Kimmie and I never know, but you know what? We're such close friends. I mean, she's truly one of my best friends of ever, any lifetime. Kimmie is one of my besties. I trust her completely. You know, I mean, if you live near it, she'd have the key to my house. I mean, I love Kimmie. And so it takes somebody like that. I feel that Spirit trusts us. They know us and they know we trust each other and that they could throw us out here and we'll go with the flow. And so this was really interesting. And this was
it was meant for us to, yes, that's coming up again now for us.
Yeah. So I love that. And I feel like tonight was really important.
It is coming up for us all. We're working in the energy of oneness. Okay. We're working in the energy of the eternal child, which is our inner child. Okay. And these things are going to keep coming up until we actually get them good.
Well said.
That's the way it goes. It doesn't go away till we get it. It doesn't go away till we get it right in here. And once we get it in here, then all that crap will go away.
Agreed. All right. We love you guys. I'm just going to check PayPal, Venmo one more time. And don't worry, we'll be back again another day. Don't know offhand right now, but we will. Kimmie will be live on Thursday with Rachel, I think.
Yes, I will be live at 7:00 on Thursday with the amazing Rachel Warren.
Woohoo!
Yay!
She was one of my coaching clients. And she's quite good. So I know she's amazing. So I know you guys will have a great time. You're very welcome. You have a good night too, Heather.
Yes.
See you guys
have a great night.
Friday at, give me 1 second. I want to tell you guys this because this is important. Because we have Julie Adriani and Michael Shane, two physical mediums. And they gave me videos of apports coming out of his mouth, right? All the stones coming out, the apports and everything. And I've got videos that we're gonna share with you. So you're not gonna want to miss this. You're gonna want to watch this. And let me just take a look at the time. What month are we in again? Did I not write it down? Oh, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Let me just look at Julie. Going to be, oh my God, where do you see all the apports and stuff? You're going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, so these are March 3rd at 3 p.m. 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the 3rd. So it's 333. So March 3rd, which is coming up, which is this coming Friday. March 3rd is this Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow, already. Holy mackerel.
Can you believe it? And I'm going to be
Time is flying.
I want to do something for my birthday, Kimmie. My birthday is this month. I want to do something special. I mean, like with everybody.
When's your birthday again?
March 29th.
29th. That's right. Okay.
I don't have any actual plans for that day. I don't know.
I had to think about it because
it's a Wednesday.
My oldest son is the 27th, so that's how I remember.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's super cool. Yeah, the 29th is a Wednesday. That's what it looks like on my calendar right now. Nothing going on yet.
Well, we'll figure something out by then, I'm sure.
Okay, that sounds like a great plan. So, guys, put March 29th on your calendar. I don't know what we're doing, but it's my birthday.
Maybe we'll have a pizza party again or something.
That would be cool. We could definitely do that. We'll do something totally amazing. Oh, pizza sounds really good right now, doesn't it?
Oh, shh.
All right. We love you guys. Thank you so very much. And thank you, Kimmie. And thank you, Spirit and the angels and my brother and our relatives and ancestors and everybody that's been here tonight. It's just been amazing.
Have a good night. And remember to always encourage each other and lift each other up. We love you. Bye-bye.